All right, next up is the founder of Rage Coffee, Bharat Sethi. He's heading one of India's fastest growing coffee companies and he's curating innovative coffee products. Listen in.
Disrupting the FMCG sector with his innovative coffee products.
We've taken a very pole position and said that we are the best, we know what we're doing. Most of the products that can compete with our quality are being imported into India in the instant format.
He is upgrading the coffee experience like never before.
We've gone out and created some very interesting flavors. We've recently launched a butterscotch delight, the first of its kind. Nobody has ever tried anything to do with butterscotch and coffee.
NewsX India A-list proudly recognizes Bharat Sethi for excellence in coffee innovation.
Hello and a very warm welcome to NewsX A-list. Today I'm joined with Bharat Sethi. He is the founder of Rage Coffee. A very warm welcome to NewsX, Bharat.
Thank you so much for having me here, Richa.
Bharat, interestingly, you are into a thing which is now, for earlier people used to be called chai lovers. And now I know for a fact people are coffee lovers. I'm a coffee person. I don't drink tea. To get a brand in such a competitive market, to place your product there and to actually get the phenomenal growth that you have, what do you really consider has contributed to the success of your product?
I think the biggest thing would be a fundamentally differentiated product. When we entered the market, we did not see just one gap. The legacy giants were not innovating in several functions of a product company which make them great in today's time, the millennials, the Gen Z. So there was no aspirational brand around a product which is so emotional for people on a daily basis. There were not many innovations in manufacturing, absolutely flavorings around natural ingredients, product that can compete with a cafe kind of a coffee, but at a fraction of a cost. And that was the need of the market, and we kind of catered to that segment.
And you actually try to place your product in between products and actually make a niche for yourself. I can say that rightfully. It is important that people should understand that coffee needs flavor and different sorts of flavor. And it seems like your brand comes in different flavors. Which one is your personal favorite and why do you consider that one to be the one?
Actually, we have gone out and we've looked at this market from a consumer's mindset and not from a manufacturer's mindset or a brand mindset. And when we started asking those questions around, the onset of this new trend around people and just consumers wanting to have that quality coffee which they're having in, let's say, a high-end specialty cafe, they're having the hazelnut lattes and the caramel cappuccinos and those double shot espressos. So we wanted to kind of rival that, as I mentioned, at a fraction of a cost. And we've gone out and created some very interesting flavors. We recently launched a butterscotch delight, the first of its kind. Nobody has ever tried anything to do with butterscotch and coffee. We have a mint mocha flavor. We have a sparky orange flavor. And then the usual ones which do really well for us is Irish hazelnut, the chocolate, double chocolate, and then there's the caramel. With that, we have the creme caramel. My favorite is the sparky orange, and now it's the butterscotch delight.
Interesting. The names are
because we launched that very recently.
Exciting. So people need to go out there and try them out to know for themselves. As you were mentioning, you try to understand from the perspective of a consumer when you were creating a product. So all this requires a lot of, sales, marketing, distribution. How do you tell us your entire approach for the three of them?
Well, when we started out as a digitally native brand. We are a digital first brand.
Okay.
Our milestones that we wanted to go after were very clear, that we wanted to initially do all the communication, messaging, the brand building to be online. The initial 100,000 customers that we wanted to go out and cater to had to be online. That we were very clear about. So distribution is now omni-channel. We're present in close to about 500 retail stores. We have about 20 distributors pan-India. We are present in non-online marketplaces. So that's about distribution. About marketing, our approach has been, very authoritative, to be, honest with everyone here, that we've gone out and said, we've taken a very pole position and said that we are the best, we know what we're doing. Most of the products that can compete with our quality are being imported into India in the instant format. So you're getting an affordable product that is convenient to use and is very high quality. And since we know our position in the market and the quality that we give, we also take a very bold approach to marketing. And we don't shy away from saying that this is how we compare with the other brands, and this is our feedback that we get from the consumers. We post screenshots of reviews that we get on our social media, and a bunch of other growth hacks that we use.
When you talk about marketing, I want to understand from basics. You are completely targeting to the new generation. When I spoke about your coffee, it is the Gen Zs, I would say, and the millennials who actually understand the coffee and know the coffee. But then there are a set of, I'm sure you want to tap into a consumer market where they've been used to a particular coffee, which their grandparents had it, parents were having, and people are just used to it because it's available in the house. How do you breach into a market like that?
Well, coffee, if you look at the data, you will see that coffee consumption is being by the Gen Z and the millennials, the 18 to 35-year-olds. They are driving new age coffee consumption. When you talk about the filter coffee experience or the coffee with chicory kind of experience, with a lot of bitterness, that we do have a product which is the original blend, which does not have any bitterness, any chicory. So what happened is, people traditionally in India, they've been drinking a product which is not coffee, actually, because it is laden with chicory. It has a lot of other ingredients to bring down the costs, and and filter coffee, obviously, because it has to have that bitterness, that a little pungent smell to it. It is only there to drive down costs, essentially. So we are now also catering to, I know personally so many people used to drink chai, but now drink our coffee, or people who were drinking earlier brands of coffee, even above the age group of 40, they are now complete age, because they are now experiencing real coffee, and they're not spending a bomb every time they want to drink it.
As you mentioned over there itself, the price, the costing. So how are you placing yourself in comparison to your competitors when we talk about the price tag?
Well, we are in the mass premium segment. We are not in the entry level segment, so we will not be comparable to any entry level product in the market. But when we talk about any mass premium product, we compare better in pricing with any product imported into India. And we want to be affordable. We want to be more affordable to more people. We want to be more accessible. Having said that, I would say that we are in the middle to premium segment at the moment.
I believe I should have asked you this question in the beginning, but I would want to really know, what was the reason for you to start Rage Coffee?
Well, it was, I think, a bit of frustration, a bit of not finding the right product for myself. Using caffeine as a functional product, that was something that I was doing as an energy drink. So we use the product, the active ingredient caffeine. So we call ourselves a caffeine company. We happen to be dealing in coffee right now, but we're innovating around caffeine. Okay. So there was nothing that was exceptional in quality that compared with high-end coffee experience, and the options were very limited. All good products were being imported into India, that with very, very long supply chains. They just did not deliver on quality. And I would say there was no balance between quality, affordance. So we first PET buy, you're going on a flight, in a hotel, on your way to your gym or in your office. And that was the first product we launched, in fact. We have 6 plant-based vitamins which work synergistically with caffeine, giving you a very distinctive caffeine kick. It is just not about the taste and the aroma, but also about a distinctive caffeine kick that is, that delivers on all of its promises.
You've been an entrepreneur from a young age, and I read about your profile. So being an entrepreneur, what has been your real learning?
Oh, my learnings have been mostly around keep learning. I would say that's my biggest learning. You have to always keep learning. Manage cash really well. I think that is one of the biggest things. Building a team. So, managing teams is really. I think the macro is constantly concentrate when they go out, or they don't focus on when they not companies and products, that they need to also have the ability to predict where the market they're operating is going, or where it is right now. Overall, beyond that, I would say you have to be in it for the long haul. Like you cannot have a very small micro or a 3-year, 2-year vision regarding building companies. You need to have a really long timeline.
So what is the long vision for Rage Coffee over here? What's the vision ahead for it?
With Rage, we are building a globally recognizable brand. The idea with Rage now, when we started out, we had certain milestones. We hit those milestones. At this point in time, the love, the affection, the acceptance we've seen for Rage Coffee products in Europe, in US, in Middle East, in Southeast Asia, we have in Russia. We've started doing these trial runs with distributors in all of these countries. We've started exporting as well. So I think my personal motive and my personal agenda now is to put Rage Coffee on the global map and tell the world that a coffee brand can be built out of India. India is the 7th largest producer of coffee, and almost 80% of it is exported and comes back to India at a premium, at a high cost. So we are a market that is ready for quality products, and we will not take anything that you give it to us. But beyond that, I think the idea is to in a 10-year vision would be to kind of put Rage Coffee out there. Want to see it in New York and Melbourne and Moscow and all of these global cities.
Make an Indian coffee global. That is very, very, a very good thought, because it is make in India and making Indians proud. And that's what we can see you doing with the coffee. Thank you so much. And out there, everybody, go ahead, take a sip of the coffee, which is very much Indian, with a number of choices out there for you. Thank you so much for speaking to NewsX.
Thank you so much, Rita.